At this time, I would like to welcome the faculty, parents, family members, and the students that have earned their academic letters. My name is Chad Benedict. I'm the principal here at Mahomet-Seymour High School. We are here today to honor students for their academic achievements from last school year. This is our 22nd year in which we will honor students for earning their academic letters. Our students and staff get support in many areas. The Mahomet-Seymour School Foundation continues to provide support for the entire school district. The foundation provides scholarship opportunities for students, partners with the district to provide staff with equipment needs, and continues to fund grant opportunities for our staff throughout the district. The amount of support they provide the students and staff throughout the district is enormous, and I thank them for that. Here to speak with us about the Mahomet-Seymour Schools Foundation is Mr. Lance Raver.
Good evening. The Mahomet-Seymour Education Foundation provides financial support for educational opportunities for students and faculty beyond the school district's means. Our creed, excellence in education, is our commitment to enhancing our children's education by providing them with challenging and enriching opportunities. Some of the ways the foundation has supported the Mahomet-Seymour district recently include $164,000 donated to help fund the one-to-one Chromebook initiative and the playground at Middletown Prairie. $25,000 in foundation scholarships to seniors on Mahomet-Seymour Senior Awards Night. Planning and supporting the induction of 6 new members into the Mahomet-Seymour Hall of Fame. The full construction costs of the district-wide greenhouse totaling over $200,000. $20,000 in classroom grants that are requested by our teachers to support our students' educational needs. The foundation also purchased the academic letters that will be given away to our students this evening. The work that the foundation does is primarily supported through giving and the annual Bulldog Bash. The Bulldog Bash this year will be held on May 8th and includes an evening of food, live music, which will have dueling pianos this year, and live and silent auctions. Everyone is encouraged to attend this event, which is a lot of fun and raises money to support the types of things outlined above. Thank you for the opportunity to share a little bit about the foundation, and congratulations to all the students and families who are being recognized tonight. The work you've put in to be invited here this evening is commendable. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Raver and the foundation for their continued support of all the schools in the district. Without your support, we'd not be able to continue to providing these outstanding opportunities that we do for our students district-wide. Tonight, I'm honored and have the privilege to introduce Mr. Ryan Martin as our guest speaker. Mr. Martin is a Mahomet-Seymour alum graduating in 1987. After graduation, Mr. Martin left the familiar hallways here at MSHS to pursue a degree in education. He attended Parkland College from 1997 to 1999, where he was a member of the basketball team. After Parkland, Mr. Martin attended the University of Illinois, graduating in 2001. He later returned to the area, earning his master's degree in administration from the University of Illinois in 2008. Mr. Martin has worked as a grade school teacher for 17 years, teaching 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. Mr. Martin was also known by many at MSHS as Coach Martin, where he spent 13 years as a basketball coach. Mr. Martin currently is in his first year as principal of Middletown Prairie Elementary School. And don't let me forget his most important job. He's married to our very own Mrs. Martin, health teacher here at Mahomet-Seymour High School, and is father to 3 wonderful daughters. When we began to organize for this event, Mr. Martin immediately came to mind as a speaker for tonight. No one bleeds orange and blue more than Mr. Martin. He has worn many hats in this district. He has a passion for being a servant leader and inspiring people of all ages to do their best. He's a leader that we can learn many things from, and I'm positive that we all in attendance tonight will learn something new. Please help me welcome Mr. Ryan Martin.
Thank you. Mr. Benedict took my first paragraph there talking about me, so I'm very thankful that he did that and very appreciative. I just want to thank Mr. Benedict for asking me to speak to you guys tonight. I'm extremely honored to have this privilege. And looking out at you, each and every one of you sitting out there have shown great discipline, skill, and success in the classroom. To that, I applaud you. I've heard many speakers over my career, and the most impactful speakers I've listened to, I've walked away with at least one thing that I've tried to apply to my life. I'm going to focus on 3 key points today, and I'd like for you to try to think of those 3 and try to apply them to your own life after you walk out this door tonight. Those 3 being, the first one, build genuine relationships. Point 2, be coachable. And point 3, have balance. So as Coach Benedict said, I graduated from high school in 1997. I grew up just across the street, right across from the high school, girls softball field. The schools were my playground. I love this town so much that I've chosen to come back. When I was living in Chicago, decided to move back. Did meet Mrs. Martin, the health teacher, became my wife, and now have 3 awesome little girls to raise. And that is my most important job. My first key point is to build relationships. Now, one of my goals in life and in high school was to have as much fun as possible. Now, don't get me wrong, I put my time into academics, but fun was important to me. And part of that, what I enjoyed being fun was being social and being around people. And that takes a skill of building relationships and making connections. Now, it's easy to make those connections with those that you have common interest in. I also tried to challenge myself to get out there and meet people who wasn't that easy to bond with. And I still today, I try to do that on a daily basis. I try to build relationships and make connections, have conversations, and ask people to try to genuinely get to know them. So those skills, I know are not very common for everyone, so sometimes we have to work on them. Here, take some of these simple steps. Think about the lunchroom. Do you sit at the same lunchroom table every day? Are you sitting around the same people every day? Well, challenge yourself. Invite somebody to come join you. Maybe go to a different spot. Sit with them. Ask them questions and listen to them. And when it comes to listening, are you truly listening, or are you just waiting for your turn to talk? Think about making those connections. As you get older and move on to college, you don't get to pick your partners. You'll have to work with people who you've never worked with before. Same in the workforce. So when you're in your classroom and you have an opportunity to work with a partner or you work on a project, challenge yourself. Get out there. Meet somebody new. Make a connection. You never know. That might become one of your best friends moving forward. My second point is to be coachable. I encourage all of you to be involved in something that is greater than yourself. For me, that was the basketball program right here in Mahomet-Seymour High School. Many of you are already part of a team, whether that's a sport, student council, drama, band, whatever your interest you are part of a team in one way or another. And through these experiences are where you truly learn real-world life lessons. The experiences of playing or competing with a bad teammate might just be as valuable of a life lesson as playing with a good teammate. The experience of not getting the lead part, not sitting in first chair, not getting the playing time of the game are also life lessons that you can all learn from. There are many different ways you can handle disappointment. A lot of people I know like to play the blame game and put it on other people's problems. That's why you're not getting the desired outcome. That's the easy route. You need to be coachable and listen to what you need to do to get that desired outcome. You have to put in the time and the work and practice the best to get out of yourself. Even when you do all those things, that still doesn't automatically mean you get that desired outcome. How have you handled that in the past? How will you handle it in the future? The thing you can control is that you don't want to be that bad teammate. So learn from not only your own mistakes, but from those around you as well. Continue to build and strengthen those relationships we talked about through these extracurricular opportunities. Now, I'm a very competitive person by nature. However, I have always been coachable. I have an older brother who's 5 years older than me who was a much better athlete than me. In fact, he was drafted by the Major League Baseball team, the Seattle Mariners, right out of high school. And he turned that down to receive a baseball scholarship to pitch for the University of Illinois. He definitely had the competitive spirit. However, he did struggle in that coachable category. Now, I tell you this because I want you to understand that we're all different. We had two brothers, come from the same family, raised the same way. Both are great people, but we were both different in that category. I want you to decide who you are. And only you can decide how you react from this day forward if you don't get that desired outcome. My third point is balance. All of you are competitive. Looking at you, you are successful. You have to be competitive to be sitting in the chair you are in. That's a great start. However, it's just a start. You need to be well-rounded. That means you need to try new things, meet new people, get out of your comfort zone, and challenge yourself to learn new skills. If you're honest with yourself, you know what those skills are by now and what you need to work on. One of my favorite classes in high school was a class called Singles Living. It was a course designed to teach you real-life skills before moving on to college or the workforce. My teacher's name was Mrs. Ryan. She got a kick out of a group of athletes working really hard, concentrating on hand sewing together a pillow. Now, if I'm being honest with you, that's not a skill that really I can say I'm an expert at now. However, the skills from that class I still remember today outweigh some of my more heavy academic classes. I encourage you to find that balance. We're all driven by different things, but you should have a balance and not put all of your efforts, your time, and your talent into one category. If you hyper-focus on one thing now, what will that one thing be in the future that you focus on? I take my job of principal very serious, put a lot of time and effort into it. It's a new position for me, and I'm gonna make mistakes, and I'm gonna learn from them along the way. But I would not be the person if I just focused on that principalship. I have to be a person that has balance. I need a balance of being a husband, being a father, and being a friend as well. There are a lot of people in this world that struggle with balance and time management. You will find out whatever is important to you, you're gonna find time for it. Think about that right now. What are you putting your time into? I challenge you to take a look at your calendar. Write down, what is it that you are spending all your time on? Are you struggling with balance? Are you putting too much pressure on yourself in one specific category? If so, take time out of your schedule and make that a priority. Whether that's going to be spending time with friends, spending time with family. Are you spending too much time on one specific subject? Balance is a tough thing to accomplish as you get older and with more responsibilities. In closing, I want you guys to remember, at the very beginning I talked about one of my goals was having as much fun as possible. I have found a career path that allows me to have fun each and every day. I found that I enjoy being around kids of all ages and making connections with them. I found an amazing wife that's a great teammate and raising a family with. I will continue to work on balance with my job, my family, and my friends to find that level of happiness in my life. I challenge you to continue to look at your life and analyze these three areas I focused on: relationships, being coachable, and balance. It'll be an ever-changing cycle as you go through the different stages of life, but you all are in this room are off to a fantastic start. So good luck the rest of the school year and beyond, and thank you for listening. Good luck.
Please join me in providing Mr. Martin another round of applause for taking the time out of his tremendous busy schedule to be with us. I would like to thank our PTO for assisting us this evening with the setup and serving of refreshments after the event. You can find those out in the commons as you exit the gym. Parents and family members are welcome to stay after the presentation to enjoy some refreshments. At this time, I'd like to introduce Assistant Principal, Mr. Patrick Bailey.
Thank you, Mr. Benedict. Tonight we want to take a moment to introduce some special guests that we have with us this evening. The senior letter winners had the opportunity to nominate educators from their kindergarten to 8th grade experience that had a lasting impact on them. Will each special guest please stand to be recognized as I call your name? Please hold your applause until the end. Mrs. Gay Fritz, Middletown Prairie, Sangamon. Mrs. Julie Van Antwerp, Sangamon. Mrs. Lisa Caston, Pioneer Elementary School, Mrs. Sandy Prather, Lincoln Trail, Mrs. Pat Marker, Lincoln Trail, Mr. Ben Harriet, Lincoln Trail, Mrs. Gina Stone, St. Joseph Middle School, Mr. Derek Kalfar, Mahomet-Seymour Junior High, Mr. Jim Risley, Mahomet-Seymour Junior High, Mrs. Jean Campion, Mahomet-Seymour Junior High, Mr. Jonathan Ramirez, Mahomet-Seymour Junior High, Ms. Amy Higgins, Junior High, Mrs. Susan Clare, Junior High, and Mr. Tom Murdoch, Junior High. Please join me in a round of applause as we honor these special guests. Thank you for the work you do for our students. Thank you. The students sitting in front of us today have worked extremely hard to earn their letter and pins, and I congratulate you guys for your efforts. The criteria for earning your academic letter is very challenging, and these students, you should be very proud of your accomplishments. The criteria is as follows. Students must be enrolled in a minimum of 5 academic classes each semester last year. Freshmen and sophomores must maintain a 3.6 GPA for the entire academic school year, and juniors and seniors must maintain a 3.8 GPA for the entire academic school year. Students must not receive a D or an F for the entire academic school year. Again, congratulations, students, to a job well done. Before I announce the division heads behind me who will be announcing the letter winners for this year, I'd ask that you please hold your applause until the end of each class's introduction. So, for the division heads, we have Mr. Tim Leibarger, Division Head for Supportive Services and Special Education, Eric Andracki, Division Head for Vocational. They will be introducing the sophomore letter winners. Keith Pogue, Division Head for Social Studies and World Languages, and Jamie Colbert, Division Head for our Library and English divisions. Mrs. Colbert can't be with us tonight due to a sick child, so Mr. Andracki will be stepping in for that role. And then Mr. Stevens, Division Head for Fine Arts, Physical Education, and Health, and Mr. Dan Ryan, Division Head for Mathematics and Science divisions. They will be introducing our senior letter winners. I'll turn it over now to Mr. Leibarger and Mr. Andracki.
Good evening. We have the pleasure, as we mentioned, as Mr. Bailey mentioned, of presenting to the sophomores for the work that they did as freshmen last year. Again, if you would, please hold your applause until the end. Cecilia Abramson, Abigail Akers, Chloe Allen, Kaylee Allison, Nicholas Anand, Kiana Bailey, Megan Barnhart, Elias Barton, Madeline Beasley, Emily Bednar, Bria Benson, Audrey Boding, Samuel Bowers, Chloe Brock, Gracie Kane, Elena Campion, Grayson Campion, Alyssa Christensen, Catherine Coleman, Gaspar Covarrubias, Gabrielle Davis, Natalie Doyle, Alexis Egeberg, Kobe Eisenminger, Sydney Esker, Taylor Fan, Mallory Fonte, Amaya Francombe, Molly Freed, Cameron Frost, Samuel Garber, Grant Garrison, Abigail Goen, Megan Harrison, Jessica Hawk, Anna Hawley, Liam Henry, Gianna Hill, Veronica Hoffman, Dylan House, Kylie Jackson, Caitlin Jasmine, Addison Jones, Vincent Kim, Delaney King, Kayla Corner, Manvika Kohli, Sarah Kyle, Anna Legacy, Morgan Lee, Yinan Leong, Grace Leitz, I say that right, Wanda Lindquist, Abigail Loven, Jamie Marriott, Olivia McMurray, Abigail McNamara, George Moore, Abigail Moser, Nathaniel Murphy, Nolan Nierenhausen, Kyle Knopfziger, Leah Nakeza, Kamala Parker, Natalie Parrott, Stephen Pogue, Klein Powell, Catherine Raver, Kelsey Reeves, Bailey Roberts, Helen Riding, Avery Sanborn, Joseph Shaley, Haley Schickadance, Cassie Schwarzentraub, Lauren Schaefer, Penelope Sheridan, Elizabeth Sims, Jonah Singer, Marissa Smith, Savannah Smith, Contessa Stewart, Fiona Taylor, Lillian Tira, Nicholas Traficante, Kelly Underwood, Carson Waseth, Janie Watson, Carson Wheeler, Sophie Zaruki, and Tyler Zindars. If we could, let's have a hand for our sophomore letter winners.
Juniors, if you want to go ahead and start lining up.
Yes, sir. All right.
These are our junior academic letter winners. Tucker Antonacci, Emily Berkman, Samantha Beyer, Naya Bigler, Matthew Bledsinger, Ashlyn Bristle, Olivia Bunting, Ryan Bushel, Ashley Campbell, Zacchaeus Carr, I mispronounced that, sorry, Zacchaeus. Joseph Carrington, Belen Chamorro, Madison Claybrook, Emma Clements, Lillian Cooley, Kate Kramer, Mimi Davis, Colin Dirks, Claudia Ebeke, Dalen Elliott, Daisy Farrar. Heidi Fountain, Kylie Foose, Rachel Grody, Samantha Hamilton, Alexander Headley, Natalie Heaton, Aiden Hegarty, Evelyn Hochter, Jacob Hope, Tony Wong, Lilia Isaac, Kelsey Jacobs, Anna Caper, Clayton Kessler, Anna Kiduvinichkikai, Haley Knopf, Georgia Leah Gradonis, Yasmin Yano, Ryan Long, Peyton Mannon, Colin Marriott, Amber Marshall, Haley McCall Oakes, Jadlyn Morrissey, Rachel Myers, Hayden Nelson, Rachel Nielsen, Aisha Patel, Lauren Pfeiffer, Shalina Ramirez Kennedy, Ainsley Ranstead, Daniel Renshaw, Casey Ann Rittenhouse, Tadeo Ruiz Sandoval, William Sampson, Dana Schauman, Gretchen Shield, Nicholas Scaretti, Emma Schweigert, Ella Schaefer, Matthew Sims, Jessica Smith, Caitlin Stafford, James Tabor, Michael Taylor, Gwyneth T., Jacob Tester, Amelia Thornton, Ella Teets, Aiden Trevelyan, Addie Weibel, Ireland Walsh, Jennifer Webb, Kyle Widener, Rachel Wingle, Ella Walters, Alexis Young. Big hand for our juniors.
Seniors, come on up, please. I am pleased to announce our senior award winners. Peyton 80, Noel Bailey, Madeline Balbuck, Annie Bow, Ellie Beach, Caleb Benedict, Colton Brunner, Paige Bundy, Clayton Burkhalter, Mason Butler, Sylvia Byron, Costin Campion, Anna Christensen, Evan Coleman, Brandon Collins, Lucas Creel, Joshua Cubberly, Isabella Davenport, Chance Decker, Nicolina DiGirolamo, Kobe Essien, Isabel Farm, Bowden Freeman, Levi Frost, Kayan Garner, Timothy Glumack, Ethan Grinberg, Jade Harms, Annie Henricks, Seth Honingford, Brooklyn Hauser, Zoe Hovde, Jacob Janda, Amy Jasmine, Erica Johnson, Caden Jones, Jillian Jordan, Suha Kassim, Mrinali Casadadas, Ryan Kiefer, Lydia King, Kaylee Kirby, Samuel Knight, Samuel Keene, Harrison LaCour, Alyssa Lane, Sarah Lane, William Larson, Callan Leonard, Cole Leonard, Nicholas Leargadonis, Henry Livingston, Lydia Magyar, Logan McDonough, Julia McNaught, Caitlin McNulty, Malcolm Mills, Lauren Minnick, Natalie Mitchell, Alexis Moore, Charles Moore, Nathan Naj, Emily Parrott, Andrea Penrose, Mara Pletcher, Carly Raver, Jennifer Rebollo, Sky Rogers, Haley Sani, Isabel Schmidt, Carly Scott, Peter Slazak, Britta Slepsky, Clayton Spencer, Drew Stanifer, Hagen Stewart, Elizabeth Strimmick, Andrew T., Carson Thomas, Peyton Turk, Nicholas Yukin, Cora Walker, Aiden Walsh, Alexis Watkins, Riley Watson, Delaney Wheeler, Ryan Whitehouse, David Wilkowski, Gavin Williams, and Amber Yakel. How about a big round of applause for our seniors?
This time, we'd like to take a moment and recognize a very talented group of students that scored in the top 1% nationally of the SAT exam. The SAT exam is a standardized test the state of Illinois requires of all juniors. This list is based on the results of the SAT test that was given at Mahomet-Seymour High School in April of 2019. If the students could please stand and remain standing until the last name is read, that would be great. Please hold your applause until the last student has been announced. Colton Bruner, Clayton Burkhalter, Anna Christensen, Timothy Glumack, Seth Honingford, Samuel Knight, Nicholas Leargadonis, Henry Livingston, Lydia Magyar, Caitlin McNulty, Charles Moore, Andrea Penrose, and Gavin Williams. We give these students a round of applause, please. Once again, a testament to the hard work and dedication demonstrated on a daily basis here at Mahomet-Seymour High School. This concludes our academic awards ceremony for the evening, but before we dismiss, I'd like to thank the PTO, the Mahomet-Seymour School Foundation, Mr. Ryan Martin, parents, and staff of the students for the continued dedication to making MSHS a great place. Once I dismiss you, we ask that the special guests please make their way to the backdrop to have a picture with the student that nominated you. Students, if you nominated a special guest and they're here, please go to the backdrop. Certainly families are welcome. And anybody else that would after that would like to use the backdrop for picture opportunities, please feel free. Again, refreshments in the commons, and thank you to the PTO for serving. Thank you to our division heads for being here tonight. Thank you and have a great rest of the evening.